You think making Pommes Duchesse is just about mixing the potatoes and piping them into shape? Big mistake. There's a seemingly minor step that might not catch your attention, but it's exactly what determines whether your potatoes hold their elegant shape or collapse like a failed pastry tower. First, I peel the potatoes thoroughly, then rinse them several times under running water to remove all the starch. Next, I cut the potatoes into evenly sized chunks. This helps them cook faster and soften more evenly when boiled. Then, I prepare a pot of clean water and add a small pinch of salt. Once the water comes to a boil, I add the potatoes and boil them over medium heat for about 15 to 20 minutes. To check if they're done, just gently poke a piece with a chopstick. If it slides in easily, the potatoes are perfectly soft. I drain the potatoes and, while they're still hot, mash them right away. The drier and fluffier the potatoes are, the easier it'll be to shape the mixture, and the better they'll hold their form when baked. While the potatoes are still warm, I add a bit of unsalted butter. The butter melts and blends into the potatoes, creating a rich, smooth, and wonderfully fragrant mixture. Next, I crack an egg into a small bowl, beat it, and then mix it into the potatoes. The egg not only helps bind the mixture, but also gives the baked potatoes a beautiful golden color and a mild, pleasant aroma. Then I add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of grated Parmesan cheese and a bit of finely chopped parsley. I also sprinkle in a little salt and freshly ground black pepper. For deeper flavor, feel free to add a pinch of garlic powder and onion powder, not too strong, just enough to enhance the taste. I mix everything thoroughly until the potato mixture is smooth, pliable, and not too runny. Next, I prepare a large baking tray, lightly grease the tray with oil, and line it with a sheet of parchment paper to prevent sticking. Lightly beat an egg yolk to brush over the surface of the potatoes later, creating a golden glaze after baking. I transfer the mixed potato mixture into a piping bag fitted with a large star-shaped tip at the end. Now, I gently pipe each portion onto the tray, forming small round or swirled mounds, just the right height, like delicate little blossoms softly blooming on the tray. Once all the potatoes are piped, I use a small brush to apply a thin layer of egg yolk on top of each one. This coating will give the finished potatoes a shiny, golden look that's much more appealing. Now, I preheat the oven at 200 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes to ensure the heat is evenly distributed. Then, I place the tray of potatoes into the oven and bake for 15 to 20 minutes. Bake until the tops puff up slightly, turn golden, and you see a light, crispy crust forming on the outside. That's when they're ready to enjoy. This dish is best served hot. Take a bite and you'll experience a light crisp on the outside with a soft, creamy inside bursting with buttery, cheesy richness and a gentle hint of pepper and parsley. Absolutely delightful. Pommes Duchesse is as beautiful as it is delicious. Golden and crisp on the outside, soft and buttery inside with hints of cheese and parsley. Every bite melts in your mouth, rich and savory, yet never overwhelming. It's perfect as an appetizer, a side for steak or roast chicken, or even on its own with sour cream or garlic butter sauce. Potato lovers will fall in love at first bite. If you enjoyed this recipe, follow my channel for more tasty inspiration.